What is up, IVE Warriors? It's your boy Edward V, and today we're going to talk about why intermittent fasting is not working for you. There's a lot of people that come to me and tell me, hey, you know, I'm trying this and I'm not losing weight. It's been a week and I've gained 2 to 3 pounds. What's going on? What am I doing wrong? I'm going to explain that in this video. Stay tuned. Okay, let's just jump right into it. So why is intermittent fasting not working for you? Now, there's certain things that I want to put out there. I want to let you know that there are a handful of people that can't do intermittent fasting. The number one group of people that I would say shouldn't do intermittent fasting are those that have type 1 diabetes, only because you already lack the ability to create enough or hold enough sugar in your bloodstream to hold you down for the next meal. So you have to supplement that with candy and stuff in between while you get to your next meal. So if you have type 1 diabetes, I would actually recommend for you not to do intermittent fasting, as what intermittent fasting does is it creates more insulin sensitivity, and the problem with one who has type 1 diabetes is that they are extremely insulin sensitive to the point where it affects their blood sugar. But other than type 1 diabetes and maybe some eating disorders, other than those two things, everyone else kind of falls into the position where they can do intermittent fasting. Of course, everyone is different, and there's so many different medical situations that everyone has that is unique to themselves. So I would always ask that, of course, you consult a doctor if you have a certain medical condition and you want to see if you're able to do intermittent fasting. Now that we got that out of the way, what if you're just a normal person, no real medical conditions, but for some reason you're doing intermittent fasting and it's just not working for you? It just doesn't work for you. Usually when intermittent fasting doesn't work for someone, they may have been misinformed about what intermittent fasting can actually do for you. So then they're not practicing the intermittent fasting the correct way, and that's affecting them. Or they know how to do it the correct way, yet they're just not paying attention enough. Or it worked very well in the beginning and then it stopped working as well, or just completely stop. Now, I always tag intermittent fasting as the alternative way to lose weight, because if all else has failed you, intermittent fasting usually is the shining light at the end of the tunnel that can assist you with your weight loss. But here's the reason why intermittent fasting is not working for you. The number one reason that I find why intermittent fasting doesn't work for someone is because they do not count calories. And the problem with calorie counting is that there's become a split in the middle between people who do intermittent fasting and people who count calories and don't do intermittent fasting. And it's become such a battle between the two that people who do intermittent fasting are slowly weighing off even counting calories at all, and even going to the point where they're stating, oh, I eat 4,000 calories every day and I lose weight every single day because I do intermittent fasting. It's all hormonal based. It isn't all hormonal based. It is mostly hormonal based. Your hormones matter to a great deal, to a great extent, but the calorie number is still an important part. If you're in a surplus, you're automatically going to gain weight, because those numbers determine weight loss. How many calories you take in and how many calories you take out will always determine weight loss. You have to understand that basic premise. If you have a cup and you pour in 6 liters of water and all you do is pour out 2 liters of water, and then you consistently put 6 liters to eventually the water will overflow. So basically what I'm saying is, the more you're putting in and the less you're taking out, the more you're gonna have in your body. What intermittent fasting does, and I hope that people aren't misconceived about it, is that intermittent fasting puts body fat burning in the forefront. So the weight that you're losing, the weight that you're burning with intermittent fasting is predominantly body fat and less of everything else, less of the muscles. Your muscles are being protected. Your muscles are being retained through the human growth hormone increase that comes from intermittent fasting. But your body fat is the thing that's being attacked mostly when you do intermittent fasting, because you've created that situation where you use the body fat for fuel and your insulin is at baseline, so it allows for body fat to be utilized. So when people don't count their calories, or worse, people purposely eat more because they're just going off of the faith of insulin resistance versus insulin sensitivity, and that means you can eat whatever you want as much as you want. That's what's affecting them. Now, there are people that have different types of bodies. Some people can burn calories at such a high rate that they just can eat a lot of food. Those people are ectomorphs, and they already have problems gaining weight to begin with. Now, in the beginning, it's going to be easier for you to lose weight because it kind of self-regulates the calories without you counting it, depending on how much weight you need to lose. If you need to lose a good amount of weight and you do intermittent fasting, because of the compression of the amount of foods that you're eating within that short time frame, you most likely will be under the calorie limit that you would need to put you at maintenance or a surplus. You may automatically just place yourself at a caloric deficit because of the amount of weight that you need to lose. But once you hit a certain number and you see that it's not moving, and it's just not moving for a good amount of time, I'm talking about for like a month, you just don't see movement, for 3 weeks to a month, you don't see movement, there's something is wrong there. And that's something that's wrong if you haven't counted your calories is most likely the calories. Once you start counting the calories and understanding that you may be overeating even during your feeding window, that's why you'll see why you haven't lost the weight. And then once you adjust that little factor, you'll start losing weight really quickly. And I know a lot of people out there are saying, well, if I have to count calories, then what is the point of me doing intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting makes it easier for you to count calories. Intermittent fasting makes it much more enjoyable for you to be at a caloric deficit and eat food because you're eating such large amounts because they're so compressed in time. And intermittent fasting puts body fat burning at the forefront by lowering your insulin and utilizing your body fat for fuel. So if you're going to lose weight, you want to lose the right weight, and that isn't muscle, it's body fat, and intermittent fasting helps you do that. That's why a lot of studies that come out for intermittent fasting always show that even if people are using the same amount of calorie deficits to lose weight, the fasting group always loses more body fat than the controlled group, simply because they are doing intermittent fasting. So that's the point of intermittent fasting. The point of intermittent fasting is because of body fat burning. So weight loss might move at the same speed, but body fat is predominantly tackled when you do intermittent fasting over all the other methods. And not to mention, there are a truckload of health benefits that come with intermittent fasting. So if you're only looking at it through the goggles of losing weight, it is beneficial because you're going to be losing the weight that you're supposed to be losing, which is the body fat. But if you take those goggles off and you look at the vast majority of everything else that intermittent fasting gives you, it's cognitive abilities, energy, focus, longevity, autophagy, in which your cells are regenerating and creating new cells, more fresh cells, cleaning out the ones that are damaged, which helps prevent things like cancer. When you realize that it's so vast in terms of the health benefits, you will understand the benefits of doing intermittent fasting. Another reason why you may not be losing weight is that some people just do not want to do any of the physical activities. Now, you don't have to do physical activities to lose weight, but when you add weight resistance, or even just calisthenics, just working out your body, just contracting your muscles constantly, using resistance, things like that help create a more anabolic body, and then your muscles will be sucking in all of those calories and your body fat will be starved even more. So if you add physical activity, it will help. If you want to make it easier for you, physical activity helps with burning calories, of course, but the most important thing that it does is that it creates muscle tissue, muscle fibers that feed off of calories. So the calories that are coming into your body are going directly to your muscles, and the calories that are leaving your body are coming from your body fat. So if you have no medical conditions and you have issues with losing weight with intermittent fasting, these are the reasons. The reasons I just mentioned are the reasons why you aren't losing weight. Also, look at weight loss in a chart perspective. If it's a downtrend, then you're losing weight. Quick weight is water. Water is quick weight. You can actually gain like 3 to 4 pounds overnight when it comes to water. You can lose 3 to 4 pounds overnight when it comes to water. Water weight is fast. It's extremely fast. It has nothing to do with calories. It's just simply your body holding on to water. All that water dispersed all around your body creates a lot of weight. So basically what I'm saying is, don't get confused with water retention as you not losing weight. Look at your weight in a chart system, a line chart or a line graph. If it's trending down, then you are in the right path. And I want to thank my patrons for my Patreon, and I'm going to put their names right up here. And I'll see you guys on Sunday for another FAQ. Peace.